Well, thank you everybody for being here um, tonight. We're gonna just do a little overview, a little bit, and give you a little behind the scenes uh, of what we're doing. Um, but um, we just wanted to um, ask the biggest question here of what if the biggest impact that you could make wasn't necessarily in your career, it wasn't in your achievements, um, but it was in the relationships that you could build.
Mm,
And at Impact, that's exactly what we're about. We exist here to inspire men to be better husbands and fathers and leaders. And we're not trying to ask for perfection, but we're just asking for intentional growth. Because the truth is that strong men don't just happen; they're formed, right? And so, impact players is for men who want to be better, and that transformation doesn't happen in isolation, right? It happens in community. It happens in consistency, and most importantly, it happens through um, Christ-centered relationships that challenge us and that shape us. And that's where our cohorts come in. Um, and the cohorts are the heartbeat of what we do. This is where our men show up week after week, ready to grow, to be challenged, to be known, to be sharpened. And as leaders, you're not just facilitating another small group. You're shaping environments where men can encounter true brotherhood, and that's not just a small task. That's an eternal work. Um, and so we just want to say thank you to all of you guys who are part of a cohort or who are leading a cohort. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for leading. Thank you for investing into the men who are part of this nationwide, because you guys play a huge role. And as impact players continue to grow nationwide, I know somebody on this call said they just wanted to hear a little bit about, what impact is, where they're at right now. We're in, 11 cities, and we've got one going in Australia right now. So that's just a little update. So we're not just national, but we've got one way across the pond. Um, but we wanted to pull the curtain back a little bit and show you a little bit what happens behind the scenes because our team is small. Uh,
mm,
uh, it's for the day-to-day stuff. It's Warren, myself, and another lady named Katie who really does a ton.
mm,
Katie does a lot of the work. And when a new cohort season comes around, there's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff that goes in for links to be able to go out for men to sign up to come to your groups. And so we just want to make sure we have one goal, right? And that's we want excellence in all that we do, right? We want to make sure that we walk through with excellence. And that's why we think that timing matters. And so we just want to say clearly, like, if you are a group leader who's been getting a bunch of emails from me, I'm not trying to pester you. We're just trying to make sure that we run everything smoothly, not just for you, but for the men in your group.
mm,
And so, just a little rhythm that we just want to ask people to follow is when you're about halfway through the study that you're in, take the pulse of your group and be thinking about what study that we have available that might be good for your men to do next. And be thinking, okay, is this time, place, and location the right fit? Is this going to work for us next? So that by the time that study, that cohort season ends, you can let us know what you think will probably work for that group of men next. because that will bring clarity to us. We can get things streamlined, and it also allows your men to have commitment, and it allows momentum to just continue to ride smoothly if we have things just clearly planned out. Because when things get choppy and we can't get links out on our end, it just makes us feel really bad. So just to give you another look back into the cohort seasons, we have three general cohort seasons, the general rhythm that Impact Players has in place. And it's a fall season that runs from September to mid-November, before Thanksgiving. And then a winter season, that's the second week of January to the end of March. And then a spring season, which we're heading into now, which is going to be mid-April to mid-June. And then the summer is when we typically go into rest, when a lot of people go into vacation time and stuff like that. We go into planning for the next year, and we typically try to throw something out, something fun for Impact Players to do all together. And so not every group has to follow this strictly, and not everyone has to follow this, but we want to make sure that we do this to prevent burnout, and it helps build long-term consistency. And so there may be gaps when your groups are in between cohorts, and that's okay. And so there's a few things that you can do to stay connected with your men, so there's not drop off. And you can study scripture together. You can pick a book and go through that. You can do something active. Some of my guys in our cohort, we love to play pickleball. Some people love to go golfing. You can just share meals with your families and build that up. You can do a service opportunity together, because discipleship doesn't only happen in a study. It happens in shared life as well. And so you can build up that relationship outside of the study as well. And so as a leader, you set the tone for your group to follow. And so let them see you involving others in the conversation, being honest and authentic, showing up consistency, pursuing growth, but not perfection, and just always be looking for whoever might be a future leader. Because we're not just looking to build better men, but we're trying to build future leaders. And so God has been doing some powerful things through Impact Players, and men across the country have been impacted, and families are being strengthened, and legacies are being changed, and he's helping you to do it. And so as you prepare for your next cohort, lead with intention, plan with excellence, and show up with humility, and trust that God's going to do what only he can do. And as we move forward, we want to hear back from you guys. We want to hear what God's doing in your cohort. We want to be able to celebrate with you guys. We want to hear how he's moving. We want to hear how we can come alongside you. If you guys need help, we want to be able to come alongside and help out. But we want to be able to celebrate and come together as a nation so that we can step into this whole picture and see what the Lord is doing across the country together. So we're trying to